Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for April 2023. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I will never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your monthly reading for April. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. April really ramps up the energetic pace of the year as it actually opens our first major portal of change, and that is through an eclipse. It occurs on the 20th of April, and of course, many, many years ago, eclipses used to be feared, but they actually offer an opportunity to supercharge your intentions, and especially as this is a new moon eclipse, it's in the sign of Aries. That's really interesting. Ha! I love it. I'm going to show you what I wrote down. I did a little meditation before your reading. I always do 10 minutes meditation before I start your reading, and they actually showed me an eye in a hand, okay? And, you know, I translated it as maybe the Hamza hand, but I'm just going to show you what I wrote. It's just here. I write down all the images of what I see, but I don't show you these images unless they show up in the water again, because I don't want to convolute the whole thing or influence your reading in any way. I just sort of notice things that come my way. In the scrying, I scry before your reading, okay? And it says there, eye in a hand. Hamza hand, protection, prosperity, perhaps bought for you, or you just bought it, or you were gifted it. You may even see the Hamza hand image over the next 6 weeks or so. It indicates protection as well as prosperity, good fortune. Okay, so I hope you can read my writing. It says eye in a hand. Okay, I'll bring it up a little bit closer. Hopefully the camera doesn't blur there. So that was your first image that I actually saw, and it's obviously the manifestation card, an eye in the hand. Okay, so very relevant. I'm just going to pop that there and continue what I was going to tell you about the month of April and how it will supercharge your intentions and your energy in general. Now, it's actually a unique opportunity this month because it is the second moon in Aries in a row, and that actually gives you a go-getting, tenacious spirit and focus to get stuff done. Also, this new moon is communing with Pluto, so anything that's been troubling you, anything inauthentic, or anything that's been really difficult is actually changing in your favor and will be released. This is a month to really declutter your home space or your mind, detox your body, mind, and spirit and soul as well. And it's not all plain sailing this month because it can be a little bit pressurized. You're going to do a lot of multitasking. It's going to be a very productive month. So it really is important to get some rest, okay? Super important to get that rest. You're actually changing your circumstances, your fortune, by taking a pause and manifesting. And also, with the cards that I see here for you, I see that there's something that you're not talking about or you're trying to accomplish and you're keeping it to yourself. That's going to be super successful because it will not be derailed. When we actually tell someone our plans, we actually rob ourselves of the energy. Okay, so it's worth noting that working hard in silence, sometimes it actually brings your manifestation closer. Have you ever noticed when you've told someone something, it tends to either get delayed or it goes wrong? It's not because that person wishes you unwell, it's because you diluted the energy. You gave the energy, you know, you gave it out a little bit. So keep it all within you and keep focused. Now, also, just to let you know, that this moon is in the sign of Aries. Of course, there's 2 moons in the sign of Aries, and it often indicates a time of second chances. So if you want to revisit a hobby that you've let go of, or a project that you haven't quite finished yet, even a book that you mean to complete, whether that's to read or write, an area of your life that perhaps you want to reconnect to, maybe even some travel plans that you've been thinking about for some time but you haven't got off the ground yet, or simply wanting to rediscover a part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with for a while. This is definitely the month to do it. Now, we do have Mercury retrograding at the end of the month from the 21st of April, and it's actually in the sign of Taurus, and this is very relevant for what is going on in the world at the moment, because Taurus is all about cash, property, finances, possessions, things like that. And because Mercury is retrograding, it can bring miscommunication in the financial markets or regarding money in general. So it really is a good time to look at your budget and make sure that your investments are safe against any economic fluctuations. Now, this energy has been showing up in all of my readings from the beginning of the year, just beyond, actually, just from the end of 2022 into 2023. I've been picking up tower energy around about March, April time. Okay, and we've already seen some major changes and fluctuations in the financial market that we should all be aware of. Okay, it's not all doom and gloom, but I feel it's important to keep an eye on it. Okay, so I actually see you putting yourself in a very promising position, really restructuring your finances. Some of you may be moving your money around just to make sure it's not housed in the same institution or in similar institutions that are linked, because you would not be insured should they be in institutions that are housed by the same license. Wow, I don't really know what I'm talking about, but this is what my guides are giving me. So go check that out, of course. But I actually see that there is some positive energy shifting for you as well. Okay, they want me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. There's something here that's really on your mind. I feel like you got a big decision to make in the month of April, my beautiful Gemini. And, you know, I feel that you are super worried about this. You're actually going to come up with a brilliant idea that helps you intuitively through this. Some of you may be currently studying for something or training for something, and you're wondering if it's going to go well for you. It could be even like an appraisal or something at work, or it could be something that you're trying to change. Some of you may be looking at the state of the world at the moment, and it's really influencing your energy. Let me go one more, because I want to see beyond this. 10 of Wands. So busy month. Let me just take a peek into May for you. The Tower energy. Okay, so I feel like you get liberated from a very difficult situation. It's not that April's going to be very, very difficult for you, but I feel there's an undercurrent of uncertainty for you. So you may have felt that you've been pushed and pulled in many different directions. Let's see beyond. Let's just clarify that Tower energy before we start the reading. The Hierophant, learning a lesson intuitively. This is a major thing for you, whatever this is. So let's get straight to it. Your first card there is the Magician card, and this is all about thoughts becoming things. So you're in a very high vibration in the month of April to manifest whatever it is you desire. What you can see in your mind, you can have in your hand, okay? Now, with the manifestation card, this indicates that you are a very talented and very gifted person. You have everything within you. Everything you need is deep within you to make your dreams come true, to accomplish whatever it is you focus on. And you're building confidence at this time. You're very skillful at whatever it is you do as well. So whether you're in a career at the moment, or whether you are retired at the moment, or even if you're taking some time out, having a sabbatical, or you're at home looking after children, or you're even, a carer, you're very good at what you do. You're someone who is super focused. Your attention to detail is second to none, and you have a skill like no other. Okay, so with the Magician card, this really indicates that this is quite a magical month indeed. But there's something here that's been on your mind. You're trying to create a lot of balance in your mind, a lot of balance in your life, and you may be investigating something. So I feel like life is like ticking on by in like a repetitive cycle. It's, you're doing your routines, you're paying your bills, you're just doing what you're dedicated to do, but there's something else on your mind, something bigger. So some of you may be contemplating some sort of change in your life. It may be a relocation. It could be a change of job. It could be a change of pace in some way. Right now, it seems like you're investigating it. I mean, some of you, it may be you're building financial structures and you're just a little bit worried or nervous because you've never done it before. You don't know who to turn to for advice on something. And there's just, it's like you're going inwards for answers. I feel like there's a bout of good luck coming your way. It's almost like fate and destiny step into the mix in order to help you work out this situation, but it's not stopping you from kind of being a little bit nervous about it, okay? Or you're keeping your eye on it. I mean, maybe that's why they're highlighting this. They're indicating you're keeping your eye on something, but because they've shown me the Hamsa hand straight off the bat, and this is your first card, I feel like you are protected, okay? So what is meant for you will never pass you by. It's worth noting that. But this is a real month of clarity for you. I feel like it's a big eye-opener of a month for you. You may get some pleasant surprises in the month of April, something you were not expecting, because I almost like feel that you're expecting the worst, but you're getting the best. Okay, so that's what I'm actually feeling here. Now, we've got the Temperance card, which really is about, creating harmony, re-examining your priorities in life. So some of you may be looking at where you're at right now, and you may feel a little bit dissatisfied with the way things are going. Because we got the Two of Wands there, and my guides are really highlighting the world in that picture. I'll show it to you now in a moment. I feel some of you are really being heavily influenced by the way the world is at the moment. You may be picking up on everybody else's energy. I don't know if you've noticed that. Sometimes you may feel just a little bit off and you may be wondering, where's that energy coming from? Why do I feel like this? This doesn't feel like me. Some of you may need to close or protect your energy because you're absorbing, I feel like you are an empath and you're absorbing a lot of other people's energy, and you may be wondering, hey, where's that come from? So just be a little bit mindful of that. But of course, the world is a little bit topsy-turvy right now. It's always been a little bit crazy, but in the last couple of years, it has really ramped up that level of crazy. And it just seems to be building fear upon fear upon fear. And I feel some of you, especially if you've been keeping an eye on like social media, news reports, things like that, some people are using their position of power in a very negative sense. So for example, some of the major news outlets, they may give like a title of their video that's like, oh my gosh, the world is ending tomorrow, click here to find out how you can protect yourself. And everyone's like, and it just brings that sense of fear, and it makes people want to click on it to see how can I, so some of you, if you have been tempted to watch videos like that or read news articles like that, just be a little bit mindful. It's actually affecting your inner equilibrium. Okay, so that's obviously for someone out there. I'm not sure who it's for. It may not be for everybody, but that's just coming up there because when people are in a cycle of fear, it's very hard to manifest. It's very hard to bring a lot more positivity in your world because you're in a vibration that is in a lower frequency. Okay, so just be mindful of that. There is a reason why major news outlets want everybody to be in fear. They want everyone to stay in their lane. They don't want anyone to raise their head above the surface and say, hey, I could be successful like all of you. I can earn some big money like all of you. They want to keep people down. So just watch out for that, that's coming out there briefly. Now, I'm not here to be political or, talk about social events and things like that, but I'm just feeling it slightly in the energy, just so I feel it's important for you to manage your stress levels or manage your health this month in particular, especially that beautiful mind of yours, okay? Because sometimes, and I've even done a bit of an experiment myself, sometimes when you take yourself out of watching like news cycles and things like that, and you focus on, oh, there's a beautiful butterfly. Wow, that sun looks incredible today. And you know what? I'm going to take a walk in the park. It can actually feel like you're in a bubble of like nothingness for a while. Now, of course, it's important to keep abreast of what's going on in the world and be, connected to people and hardships and what's going on. I totally get it. But sometimes it can feel a little bit overwhelming. So I'm really picking that up in your reading, and it's worth taking a little bit of a step out just to protect your energy for the month of April in particular. Anyway, now with the Temperance card here, As I said, this is about re-examining your priorities in life. And we've got the moon card here. So I feel like you're prioritizing your dreams, your goals this month, and you're really looking at your manifestations. But there's something here where you feel that no matter how hard you try, it's not working out for you. Or no matter what move you make, it still leads to a delay. You may be struggling with the element of divine timing in some areas of your life. Like you may be wondering, when is love coming my way? When is success coming my way? When? It always seems to be always over there. Well, I have to give it to you. Looking at the cards, I do see that you're going to investigate an alternative approach to your situation in order to open yourself up to a new strategy. You got a new idea that perhaps you're a little bit nervous about, but it's really awakened you, and actually it's going to lead to something very, very rewarding. You may even learn a little bit more about it. Some of you may be compelled to put yourself on a course of learning. So suddenly, if you've got like an idea for a book, you may go on to like a book writing course, or you may just start it and actually do a little course on the side, learning about chapters and character arcs and things like that. Some of you, if you've got like a wonderful idea to set up your own business, you may be learning about how people go about starting an entrepreneurship, the legalities, and what's the best way for you to follow. Should you go into an LLC? Should you be a sole trader? How should you approach what it is that you're trying to do? And sometimes when we're trying to start something new in life, it's a struggle because no one wants to give you the information. Everything seems to be like a shut door. It's like closed off. It's like, how did that person make their money? How did that person make their success? Why is nobody sharing any tips? Why is it everybody wants to say, if you want to be successful like me, you need to do this, but take my course for $299.99, and you too can be successful like me. So you may be like going, hang on a minute, nothing makes sense right now. But it's all going to slot into place for you. You're going to acquire the information you need this month to get what you want done. I mean, some of you, it may be that you're like, okay, I want to get an extension on my house. How do I go about it? I don't really know how to, because I feel with the Two of Wands there, some of you are thinking about doing a little bit of home reconstruction work or DIY or something where you may engineer or change the structure of your home, maybe install, a loft conversion or something like that. And some of you may be like, okay, where do I need to start? I need to apply to the council, or I need to apply to the state or whatever to actually plan some change, or I need to get a planning permission. I feel right now you're trying to create something, but it feels like it's a lot of hard work, okay? Trust the process. The information you need is actually naturally going to come to you. So if you have like a sudden thought this month in April where you're like, you know what? I really want to know this information. I feel the universe is actually going to just suddenly give you like a video on YouTube of how to do this thing. And you're like, oh, I was just thinking about that. That's exactly the information I need. So just keep an eye out. They're actually showing me that you're going to acquire the knowledge that you want, and there will be development in a very positive sense. I mean, some of you may be going through some sort of legalities as well, and you may be like, how do I understand the process of something? And I feel the information will come to you, and you will be very, very knowledgeable about this as well. Now, also the Temperance card is, you manifesting something with patience, and I feel like you have had a lot of patience, okay? But the Temperance card can all be about your purpose. So it's like, let me really focus on what my true calling is and really start manifesting and focusing on an area that I really want to thrive in. And with the Moon card, you may feel that things are uncertain, but you've got the Fox there in this Moon card, which means you're actually very, very clever. You're actually very strategic. You've got an incredible mind, and your 5th house is activated and your 11th house is activated this month. Now, the 5th house is at the beginning of the month, which is about the pursuit of pleasure. And if you really feel like you're trying to manifest something and you're trying to focus on something, you may feel that push and pull element at the beginning of the month where you're like, you know what, I really need to, not procrastinate. I really need to focus on this thing, maybe go off grid to have no distractions. But at the same time, you may feel pulled to go and have a bit of fun. I would always say balance is this spice of life. Variety is, of course, the spice of life, but also balance. So a little bit of fun, a little bit of work, a little bit of concentration, all those ingredients mixed together. The Temperance card indicates a blending, a merging of energies in order to harmonize your life and get the best out of life that you want. With the Temperance card, some of you may feel a little bit spread thin. You may feel that you've been, on the go, doing a lot of juggling or multitasking, and you just need to find a moment to breathe in order to really focus on what is important. And I feel moderation is key. So some people have many projects on the go, some people have lots of ideas on the go, and some people realize that, you know what, I've got lots of ideas, but I really need to focus on this one thing to make this happen first. So I feel the month of April for you is all about prioritizing, okay, and getting really organized about what it is that you want to focus on first. The moon card is an indication of you feeling a little bit more sensitive than usual this month. The moon card can indicate you'll have some emotional fluctuations, but you're deepening your connection to source and to yourself and to your intuition. You're a very intuitive, sensitive person, and with the moon card, I feel like you're being encouraged to find balance in your emotions because it actually helps you connect to your instincts on a deeper level. Now, I would really pay close attention to your dreams as well, because I feel there are lots of answers in those dreams that will really help you. They keep giving me the sentence, what is meant for you will never pass you by. And I know I say that a lot, but they just keep giving it to me right now on repeat. I feel it's really something that you need to hear. So if you're anxious about something or you're worried about something, they're really giving this indication to breathe, to let it go, let it flow. It's going to be as it's meant to be, okay? So relax. Whatever it is you're building, you're very clever. Okay, and the universe is actually orchestrating something behind the scenes. Your current situation is not necessarily a reflection of the truth of what's really going on at the present. I feel the universe is actually waiting for a great opportunity to sort of give you something, a gift at the perfect time. The perfect time for illumination is what I see. It's almost like there's a great opportunity lying in the shadows, something that you may have even overlooked. I see some paperwork actually, before we move on. I see some paperwork. And there may be something that you wrote down like a couple of months ago, or maybe even last year, that will really help you with your current circumstances. I feel as you're going through some paperwork, as you're reshuffling or reorganizing your stuff at home, you're actually going to rediscover that document or that thing that you wrote down, and you'll be like, oh, I wrote this down a couple of months ago. I can't believe I forgot about it. This really helps me in my situation. So whatever that is, I feel like you discover that as well. Now, also with the moon card, they're giving me an energy of far reaching. So I feel like you are going to be very productive. You are going to be doing a lot of things. And when you look back on the month of April, you're going to be really excited that you got so much done. And you're going to actually be proud of yourself as well. Now, the moon card with the temperance card as well indicates that a lot of you are cutting out things that are not good for you, okay? Because the moon cannot shine all by itself. It needs the sun. The moon actually sort of absorbs energy. So you may be looking at things in your life like food substances or people or situations that drain your energy. And I feel like you're trying to limit the amount of time you let that happen. So say, for example, you love oat milk, right? But it actually doesn't do very well for your digestive system. Maybe it makes you feel a little bit meh, okay? Robs you of a bit of energy. You may cut that out completely, or if you really love it, you may start to limit the amount of it that you use. Same with a friendship. You may love a person to absolute the ends of the earth and think, I adore that person, but every time I spend time with them, they're always complaining, or they never see the positive in life, and they just drain me of my energy. And even though I'm trying to make them feel good, or trying to help them in their situation, you're recognizing you can't fix their situation for them, but you may feel, you know what, I'll be there when I can be there, but at the same time, I need to protect my energy in order to refocus it onto something that I need to think about right now. So I feel like you're just restructuring your world. Same with at work. I feel if you're in a working environment, I feel you're trying to limit distractions, or you're trying to limit any negative interactions with people from work, because I feel it's something you really need to focus on right now. It could be a promotion that you've got your eye on, and you feel like you need to have your heads down and make sure that you don't involve yourself in any gossip or any because we got the 5 of Wands there, it could be competition. You may feel that a little bit frustrated that some people are being played against each other at work, and you want no part of that drama. You're actually trying to keep yourself to yourself so that you actually get on by, get the money in the bank, and just get busy creating the lifestyle that you want. Okay, so very important. I would say if anyone tries to engage in any gossip with you at work, I just want to say the sentence, the walls have ears. So there could be like just around the corner, someone in a position of power may hear this, or someone may overhear the situation. And because you are engaging in it, they may feel like you're involved in it too. So I would just watch out for that, okay? That's just coming up there briefly. Now, for those of you who are retired, or you are carers at home, or you look after children right now, and you're in the home space, I really feel like you're trying to just get organized, and just you may feel like everything's always on top of you. You never have enough time in the day, and the time just flies on by. I feel you are going to create a better schedule this month, and you're actually going to get so much more done in the time frame that you've got. You're even going to have time for you. So that is a wonderful opportunity. Some of you may have booked some sort of travel plans, and they may have got delayed, and you're a little bit frustrated with them. But actually, as you move forward, I see you may not be going at the time frame that you hoped for. I hate to give that energy, but that's coming through. But you may be compensated for it, but that's just not enough, because I feel like it wasted your time. You will get an opportunity to reschedule it. Okay, but I feel like you are entitled to compensation. And what I feel here is they may try, or the airline or the travel company, whatever it is, they may try to fob you off a little bit. There may be a bit of delay, but keep persisting. You will get your finances, is what I'm seeing there as well. Okay, now that's not going to resonate for everyone. I feel if your plans have already been delayed, I feel actually well, with the Hierophant, I feel like someone steps in at the 11th hour and actually helps you get your travel plans back on point. But I feel if you have already been delayed before you've come to this reading, I feel like you may have a little bit of a fight on your hands to get some compensation, but you will get it. Challenge the system is what I'm seeing there. Now, am I getting anything else there with the moon energy? I mean, in terms of finances, what I see here is that you're being very cautious with your finances. You're following your hunches at this time, and you will gain clarity. There is illumination here. I feel like you're trying to be very balanced with your spending habits, cutting out anything that perhaps, would cost you extra money. Like I see people going around, and this is probably every sign, not just you, my beautiful Gemini, but switching off lights that don't need to be on, making sure plugs are unplugged when you're not using them, just so that you're not taking up excess energy, so that you just limit your bills, because of course price of everything is going up, up, up. That will change in the future, but it's going to take a while to get there, is what I'm feeling. Now, you do have the Wheel of Fortune. It's in the resistance position, so you may have literally been feeling that you've been swimming against the tide recently, that everything just seems like a struggle, or you may feel that the universe has been a little bit against you, or that things have been a little bit chaotic recently. This is all going to change mid-month for you as we move through that fifth house of yours, which calls for spontaneity, calls for a little bit more passion, a little bit more excitement and activities in your world. You may have felt that you're in that humdrum energy, but you will change that repetitive cycle, and things will be a little bit more exciting for you as we move throughout the month. Now, some of you may join a gym, or you may actually take up a sport, or you may even submerge yourself in a sport or a hobby that actually makes you have that sense of accomplishment and actually helps you channel excess energy into something productive, okay? Because I feel if you're feeling a little bit pressure at the moment, I feel like you're finding a creative outlet or a physical outlet for your frustration, shall we say. The Wheel of Fortune actually turns in your favor round about the 13th. They're giving me number 13 is important for you. Some people may see that the number 13 is negative, but actually the 13 number is all about change. So they're actually giving me there is a transformation of your luck on the 13th of April where things work out in your favor. There's a wonderful lucky break coming on in here for you. So if you have been feeling a little bit uncertain about your path and you've been searching for direction, whether it's in a career or whether it is in, what to do with your time, if you're retired or you've been taking some time out, I feel like things work in your favor. Some of you will go traveling, but I actually get a sense that your plans lead to a lot of growth and a lot of prosperity. Because we do have changing cycles here, some of you may literally change the way you live or the way you work or the way you have a schedule. Because I feel that it's almost like you've got a little bit grounded or a little bit stuck in a rut, but from the 13th, things start being a little bit more in the flow for you, okay? And I feel like whatever you've been in training for, or whatever it is you've had on your mind to accomplish, yes, there may be some challenges, yes, there may be some struggles, but you're actually going to accomplish it, and you're actually going to be very, very successful in it as well. Even if you've come up against a few bricks or bumps in the road, I definitely get a sense that luck is working in your favor, and fate intervenes to break a cycle and favors prosperity for you. Your destiny becomes obvious to you as well if you've been searching for direction. Now, we do have the Five of Wands, so this is you like contemplating your next move, and you may have felt a little bit of tension, or you may have been brainstorming a way to shake things up a little bit. This is a card of initiating change, and also recognizing that life is a strategy, or that you have to have a plan. With the Five of Wands here, if you have been having problems, this is in the right position, because it indicates success is yours, problems are solved. Let me get my teeth back in my mouth. Problems are solved, and harmony reigns, okay? So I actually feel it's a very positive card because it's in the right position. Now, also the Five of Wands, there may be someone in your world who's been trying to push your buttons, and I feel like you may have been waiting it out just to see what their true intentions are. This may be someone who is trying to derail you from your plans, or it could be someone maybe in your working environment who's trying to take credit for your talent, your skills, and your drive. They see you as competition, they see you as a threat. I feel like you're just going to watch their moves, because sometimes people really reveal themselves when you just stand back and watch. And this person, they can't touch you, okay? This person, they don't have the talent, the drive, and the skills that you have. They wish they did, but they do not. And I feel people in positions of power can notice that as well. So if you are vying for the same promotion, I feel like you're the one in the running for it. You are going to be noticed for it. You may be taking on a lot more work, and you may be burnt out, but I feel you're going to learn a lot in this position that will help you with the next part of your journey. Okay, so I see it. It's almost like some of you are taking a stepping stone position to get you to where your actual goal is. Okay, and it's a very fruitful month for that as well. Now, with the Two of Wands here, there's a bit of a wait, okay? But this is really you feeling a little bit restless. Perhaps you've got a project that you want to get moving. You've had to be very, very patient, but you've expected that you perhaps would be a little bit further along by now, and there is this yearningness about you at the moment. The Two of Wands is actually you mapping your progress and trusting in the unknown. That's what I see here. You learning a lesson about trusting in the unknown, and that divine timing will bring you what you need in the month of April. I actually feel there is some good luck and some I want to say some good news, because the Page of Swords is jumping out at me right now, and pages, they bring news, and swords are all about communication. So I do feel like there's something coming on in that you're going to be so excited you heard about, and maybe something that you're worried about, but I feel like it actually releases you and liberates you from a very stuck situation. Let's put it that way. Now, the Two of Wands indicates, a real desire to be secure, to be stable, and to make sure that you're on the right path. So you may be, as I said, mapping your progress. This is a card of, it's almost like you're in between. You're actually aligning yourself with what you need at this moment in time, and you may be feeling very ambitious. Now, whether you are retired or not, you can still be ambitious to get your projects off the ground. But some of you may feel like you have to wait for something. So because we have, see with that moon card there, we've got a big old eclipse going on. Well, the start of like an eclipse energy is what I'm feeling there. What I'm feeling here is before the eclipse, there's something here that you are waiting to achieve. Now, it could be that you're waiting to buy property, or waiting to move. You're waiting for interest rates to change, or you're trying to do something regarding real estate, because the Two of Wands, of course, she's sitting on a house there. So, or there may be something that you're trying to get off the ground, but you feel now is not a stable environment to start that. Intuitively, you will know when the right moment is, but during this period of waiting, you're not just twiddling your thumbs. You're actually learning a lot, soaking up a lot of information, and you are planning. You're in a strategy phase, a planning stage where there's a lot of analysis going on, you're being organized, and I feel like you are manifesting something to light. Even under uncertain circumstances, they're showing me you are stable and you are secure, okay? Now, when it comes to finances, they're giving me an energy here of you having a budget. Some of you may be feeling that although you've implemented a structure, you may not be fully seeing the results yet, but the rewards are coming is what they are giving me. So I always get how long? It depends on a certain circumstance. So let me just pull a card and see when these rewards are showing up for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please show me for my beautiful Gemini what they need to know? Now, some of you may literally, well, the Four of Pentacles is hold on, you are secure, you're building a solid foundation, okay? This is long-term investments or longevity. Also, Four of Pentacles indicates don't be attached to the outcome, enjoy the journey. The Fool card, a new start, freedom is assured. This is a wonderful new beginning, an opportunity to take a leap of faith and to be hopeful that there is something exciting on the way, and to trust that the universe has your back, okay? I'm just going to go one more. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? The Tower, it's after the Tower moment, after you liberate yourself of a cycle of fear or doubt. I mean, the Tower... Okay, Tower is not to be feared. The Tower energy is, it can be a good surprise. It literally means surprise. And it also means, you know, a deconstruction or a breakdown of something that we've built that is not really working for us. It can mean that you've been going round and round in circles on a certain situation, and it just feels like you have a limitation, or there's a difficulty or an impediment in some way. There's something restricting your progress. But the Tower actually liberates you from that energy, that chaos. It actually brings change to help you. It's a positive transformation for your highest good. So it's like, keep your eyes open. There is a new start here, or you are taking a leap of faith in a certain area that will change everything, and it may even shock people around you. But I feel it is for your highest good. So the Tower will be a quick change. So it's like suddenly everything changes. Suddenly there's a new start. Suddenly it's all exciting again. Especially if, for example, you're out of the working environment and you're feeling, you know, a little bit bereft, and you feel there's no job opportunities. Suddenly there's a job opportunity. Suddenly, you know, there's news that comes on in that helps you in your situation. Now, we do have the Intuition card, so I definitely see this month is a very spiritual month for you. A lot of you are thinking about managing your stress levels and, you know, really focusing on the home space. The Intuition card, of course, is trusting the unknown and working really hard in silence. I mean, a lot of signs are getting similar cards this month. Everyone seems to be aligning. They're either getting a Tower, as I said, March, April time, Tower energy, and that really connects to financial fluctuations. But they're also getting the Intuition card in this position, which is like, trust your instincts, trust in the unknown, but, you know, keep your goals and your information to yourself at this time, okay? Because you don't want anyone to either steal your ideas, or you don't want anyone to put a negative spin on what it is you're trying to accomplish. Now, I do feel like you may uncover a secret this month. Let me see what that is. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please? Oh, okay. Now, you may hear that someone is leaving, okay? As well, you may hear, if you're in a working environment, you may hear someone is leaving, or if you have a flatmate, for example, they may suddenly deliver news that they're leaving and you'll have to find someone to replace them. That's coming up there briefly. That's not going to resonate for everyone, of course. And I do feel someone has a secret crush on you, okay? Someone, we got the Lovers card here, so this person feels like they want a high-level commitment with you. I'm just going to pull a little bit of card to see who this may be. Can you please clarify? Okay, someone who went away is coming back. Maybe you don't want to hear that, my beautiful Gemini, but we've got the Six of Swords here. Someone who, I feel it was a very testing relationship. There may have been a lot of turbulent energy in this. This is someone who's learnt. They have learned where they lost, is what I feel. And with the Chariot card, this person wants to come back. They want to overcome any obstacles. So there's someone here They're still, I mean, it's not really a secret, but they're still holding a candle for you. Okay, so this person will try to reach out to you. And if you have been having difficulty in love and you are looking for love, I definitely see that you will be going on either some sort of spiritual retreat or some sort of vacation or holiday, or maybe you're booking one. I know, as I said, there will be a bit of a delay in some area of this, but you will meet someone new on that if you are looking for love, okay? So that's coming out there as well. Now, with the Lover's card, it is a choice card. So that indicates you have an option. And I feel like you're being guided to the best option for you. The Six of Swords is such an important card. If there's something you're worried about, or if you've been going through a very testing and difficult time, you're being guided out of that, okay? And you're being guided towards success. You're being guided towards the best outcome. This card indicates more motivation. It indicates more energy, but it also indicates more progress and, success, being disciplined to get to where you want to go. So I feel they're actually giving me someone who loves you dearly in spirit, who's passed on, is actually by your side, and they're guiding you to better times. So if you have been struggling, number one, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. And of course, your person in spirit is also doing the same, and they're showing me a horseshoe. So they're actually showing me that this is a symbol for you to look out for over the next 6 weeks. When you see that horseshoe, it could be on someone's their t-shirt, it could be on someone's tattoo as they're walking past, it could be on a billboard, it could be someone out of the blue sends you a meme, or you may actually even find a horseshoe or a little trinket of a horseshoe on your travels or on the floor. Wherever it is, a horseshoe is a symbol that your person walks with you and is guiding you through this difficult time. Things are going to get better, and there is better, excuse me, and there is better luck to come as well, okay? Horseshoes tend to mean protection as well as good fortune. So very similar to the Hamza hand energy. So I feel if you've been worrying about something, you're definitely protected. Now, the Page of Swords is all about learning. You have a very curious mind. This is a card of you having a genius idea. Some of you may actually go back to college, or you are at college, or you're learning something. Some of you may have taken up like an MA, or you are doing some higher learning or extended learning. You may be coming to the end of that learning process, and you're like, what next? What's my next move? Because I feel April really is a transition month where it's not that nothing is really happening. It's more like you're in a planning stages, and you're going to see elements start to sprout for you where things are going right for you finally. But I feel like it's setting you up for something, okay? It's setting you up for something better or something else in the month of May, okay? So Page of Swords, some of you may even receive an award or recognition or a scholarly certificate or something like that, indicating you're doing a really great job. But this card is really about investigating something deeper. You've only scratched the surface on something. So it could be on your spirituality. If you're developing your spiritual gifts, you may have had some insight, moments, flashes of insight, but actually you can go deeper, and I feel like you will fulfill that cycle. Some of you may set up your own business and go into a spiritual business in some way, or you may use your spiritual gifts to help others, and it becomes a business just completely by accident. You just are guided into it. Now, this is a big month where you may feel like putting yourself on a course of learning, or there may be a course of learning that actually attracts you. You feel a bit curious about it, and you may do it towards the end of the month. Pages bring news, so I really feel something you've been thinking about shows up for you. You get some really good news on it, and you may calculate your circumstances to see if you can make it work. So again, it could be that you're about to buy a house, and you're like, it's a bit expensive, but then suddenly it drops in price, or the inflation fluctuates, and you're like, maybe it's my window to get that opportunity off the ground. Some of you with the Page of Swords, this is about using your voice, getting a good deal, negotiating a better deal for yourself. And some of you may be given, a presentation that's going to go really well. You may have been anxious about it, but actually you're going to be top trumps. It's going to be amazing. You're really going to shine there. Some of you, you may be going through an appraisal at your working environment, and you may feel that someone at your work, really has been doing a lot of power play. They may have been abusing their power, and you may be wondering how they're going to approach this appraisal. I feel they're going to be a little bit hard on you, but I feel actually they're going to surprise you because I feel they want to elevate you in some way. I feel their boss can see the absolute talent that you have, but I feel like it's almost like your boss is the middle person who feels threatened that you're really talented or gifted at what you do. And it's their boss that can see your potential. I mean, both of them can see your potential, but your boss is feeling a little bit threatened, and their boss is thinking, wow, I could really use Gemini as an asset on my team. So I feel like you are headed in the right direction for a promotion if you're in the working environment. If you're retired, I actually see that this is a very important spiritual quest, a soul searching month where you're really sorting out your belief system. You are wrestling with a few concepts that perhaps you've lived your life by in order to really resolve issues within yourself, get healing. And I feel like you are clearing space for a new start. The Ten of Wands indicates that you're burning bridges to the past, things that have made you feel exhausted, things that really do not resonate with your situation anymore. And with the Nine of Swords, one of those things, I feel all of you, whether you're retired, whether you're living at home, whether you are working, whether you've just left college, whatever age you are, I feel like you're changing the way that you talk to yourself. You're shifting negative self-talk. You're starting to believe in yourself. You're being a little bit more gentle with yourself this month. Also, if there's anything that you've been worried about, you're actually seeing it as merely false evidence appearing real. Sometimes when we're about to do something really big in our life, whether it's a big change or whether it's a big opportunity, suddenly the ego comes in and says, nope, what if you fail? It wants to chip away at your confidence. We have many different aspects of ego, and some of them are still existent from either a previous trauma or someone who either bullied us from when we were younger. We build a narrative of who we feel we are in that moment, but we are of course informed by the journey that we took to get to this moment. So sometimes, if you were bullied when you were younger, those feelings may come up and manifest in negative talk to yourself. Like, it's almost like it projects from the past into the present, and you're like, suddenly you're knocking yourself, you're being doubtful of yourself, and you may feel difficult to overcome these feelings of fear or anxiety or shyness in a certain circumstance. But they want you to be aware, especially with the Magician card, that you've got everything you need to be your awesome self and shine that wonderful magic. You've got this. Okay, so don't let doubt or the ego knock you down. That Nine of Swords is really a call to faith. Okay, also this indicates that you are actually manifesting new possibilities. They're starting to begin on your horizon. And when that happens, sometimes we start to feel a little bit anxious, but it's okay. You're doing the best you absolutely can. And remember that the universe is stepping in to give you the best result possible in this circumstance. Now, we do have the Five of Pentacles, so I will pull a card on this. Some of you may have been worrying about money, and of course, especially with the fluctuations that have been going on in the financial arena right now, emotionally, it has been making us all feel a little bit anxious and keep an eye on things. So the Five of Pentacles, I feel, if you have been struggling with something, I do feel like the universe is actually sending you a lifeline, okay? They're actually showing me a seagull in the water right now. Seagull. Now, spiritually, a seagull is really about seeing the bigger picture. It's also about having a target and being right on target. It can also be about freedom, or even rising above any turbulent emotions to really just get clarity and see without being influenced by fear, or because the seas tend to be a little bit rocky, the seagulls are gliding above it. I feel like you will glide over it. I'm not sure why they show me a seagull. You may see seagull imagery. You may even be listening to this reading and a seagull flies on by and is screeching or doing its call, whatever it is. I feel seagulls are important. Some of you may literally be taking a trip to the sea, and that's why it's relevant. But let's get straight to this Five of Pentacles. If you're someone who's going for an interview, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Everybody has a perceived idea of what their weakness is. And they're too busy thinking about their own weakness to be really focused on yours. So do not highlight it or do not draw attention to it, okay? This card indicates that if you've had some hardship, I feel like you're awakening or getting clarity on how to change your circumstances. Some of you may have felt that something started to really work out for you and then it got cut short. So I'm just going to pull a card and see what that is and how it's going to turn out for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. What they're giving me with this energy is it's tough right now, but help is just around the corner, or you're just about to turn a corner. You may not be aware of it yet, but things are about to change in your favor. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles can also mean help is at hand. You have a strong network who can help you out. But what I feel here is some of you may have felt a little bit left out in a team, or you may feel that you've been on the outsides looking in. And it may not have been good for, especially if you're in a working environment, it may not be good for your psyche. So you may decide to liberate yourself from that situation by suddenly giving in your notice and saying, you know what, I'm off. Let me just see. Queen of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Three of Cups. I mean, there is a lot more to celebrate, a lot more abundance to come. The Queen of Pentacles indicates you are attracting wealth at this time, and there may be two people here who've really got your back. These could be feminine energies, matriarchal type figures. This is all about abundance, but I feel this is you. Okay, you and you getting lots of abundance, being very creative, standing in your power, and having more confidence in yourself, and making sure that you get the best out of a situation. Also, the Empress energy is being very creative. So if you've been feeling that you're in something that just is making you feel stifled, this figure is not able to express themselves. They've had to really stay in their lane or be in their box, right? And it's stifling not to be your wonderful authentic self, especially if you feel like you're not accepted by those around you. But actually, you're going to find your soul tribe. You're going to find people this month who actually really accept you and praise you and lift you up. And it's not an ego rub. I feel it's about you being in good company with good people. Now, they are highlighting how talented you are and how getting into nature will actually help inspire you and recharge your batteries. Three of Cups. If some of you have been feeling a little bit isolated right now, reach out to some good friends that you have, or go to a community event, because this is an energy where you will recharge your batteries. They're showing me that celebration is just around the corner. So hold out. Celebration is on its way. Three of Cups literally means there's something to celebrate coming in, something exciting, something that you will be happy to receive. Okay? Now, we've also got the Two of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Tower, and the Hierophant. Now, I would say these cards is think about the ending, or think about leaving something that isn't good for you. You may surprise people, but you may learn about diplomacy in doing it. So if you're leaving a space, whether it's a relationship that's been really difficult and you felt really lonely in it, or whether it is something in your working environment, or even if it's a communal event that you just feel you're always the one being pushed to the sidelines. This is an opportunity for you to walk away from that situation, and you may shock those people or that situation, but you're standing your ground and you are being the mature party of the situation, okay? This basically, the Hierophant says, have faith. There is something better on the horizon for you. Now, let's break it down a little bit more. Two of Swords, period of self-reflection, in order to gain answers, because you may feel that life is a bit stagnant right now, or there's a lot of uncertainty and you're considering your options. So taking some time out into a peaceful state of mind is important to really get the clarity that you need. Now, this card indicates duality as well. So some of you may have been spreading yourself thin, or you may be thinking about setting up your own second stream of income, or you're doing something that other people perhaps not have been judging, but they wouldn't do it that way. You are your own person, so do it the way you would do it. This is your life. But with the Two of Swords, it indicates you may have to adapt to find balance in your world in some way. But you're breaking out of a stalemate situation. So if you've been feeling stuck in a rut, or you've been feeling bored in your life right now, I feel change is coming, and it's going to liberate you, and it's going to feel so good, okay? Ten of Wands. You can see this figure is overloaded. Even if you're doing things that you love doing, it just feels like you've taken on a lot. You've got a lot of responsibility. You feel a little bit exhausted. You may feel like you've never have enough time in the day to get stuff done. You're just overloaded and you're wondering, does it get any better? The answer is yes, it does. You're someone who is super strong. So if you've gone through some sort of loss, or you feel that you've been rejected from something, I feel like you're being protected and redirected to something greater for you. And you can't see it yet, but when you do, you'll look back at this moment and think, you know what? I'm glad it happened, because I'm right where I need to be, and it's a much better place to be in. Okay, Ten of Wands really is an indication not to take on too much, because you are overburdening yourself and you will burn yourself out. It's time to take a breath, take some rest. Okay, now also, with the Ten of Wands energy, this is you clearing space for a new beginning. So you may feel that something has run its course in your life and you don't belong in that situation anymore. As I said, it could be a friendship, could be something that you're eating, could be you're changing your lifestyle to reflect who you are now. Whatever it is, I feel like you are clearing space for new beginnings, and you're letting go of the stress, you're letting go of the burdens, and you're opening yourself up for a wonderful transformation. You're going to be inspired. So also, a lot of you may have been going through a major period of self-development and self-reflection, and it's been very hard to wrestle with some of the experiences that you've had in your life, but you're resolving those emotions in order to release yourself and love that inner child in a deeper way. So it is actually a very successful learning process that you've been going through. It's very hard to blossom. As you can see, this figure has all those beautiful flowers. She's in bloom, but they're weighing her down. So it's a difficult and messy process to heal aspects of herself, but it is also incredibly rewarding when it's done. Now we do have the Tower. Whenever, if you know my readings, whenever you get a Two of Swords and a Wheel of Fortune, but a Wheel of Fortune normally comes with a Tower, which means a cycle of change, something that will shock you, break you out of a prison or break you out of a very difficult circumstances. Something is breaking down to be in your favor, to liberate you. You may be taking a leap of faith in some area of your life, but this card really indicates that something is being taken away in order to be replaced with something better, something greater. And you've got two cards back to back that literally mean that. So intuitively, you are moving towards some sort of shift or change. As I said, I feel April is a catalyst month where you're getting all your ducks in a row. You're organizing, you're shifting things around, trying to make things work. And then the process starts. Also, we have the Hierophant. Now, some of you may actually meet a mentor or a teacher, someone who can give you some really good advice. But this card also indicates that you are doing a lot of learning. You're educating yourself and you're learning to have faith, okay? Some of you may literally leave a space or a place in order to become a teacher, okay? This is a card of instruction or mentorship. So some of you may have a skill that you have and you may have doubted your skills, but you recognize actually you can make a business out of this. Some of you who are retired, if you feel like you don't have enough pension or your pension, your 401k is fluctuating, you may actually feel, you know what, you want to return to something that's rewarding but doesn't take up too much of your time. So you may actually create a course that educates people on something that you used to do, and it's just ticking over in the background and creating some money for you as well. There is greater wisdom here. I actually see the month of April being a month where you implement a lot of spiritual practices. Some of you may try meditating a little bit deeper, or you may deepen your spiritual practices, things like scrying, or doesn't have to be, it could be Reiki, it could be cupping, it could be yoga, Pilates, it could be something to do with the mind, something that helps other people and is spiritually aligned. I just wanted to see a little bit after, I just wanted to see a little bit after the month of April, because as I said, I feel like this is a month where you kind of wait, restructure, have lots of brainstorming ideas and get stuff up and running. The Ten of Pentacles indicates financial security, a lot more abundance headed in your direction. This is a card of wealth and knowledge, keeping an eye on your finances, being a master of what you do, and attracting more towards you. Also, we got the Judgment card. So this indicates you being on the right path, connected to your true life's purpose, and you're listening to your true calling. Some of you are leaving your old life behind, trying to restructure and approach life from a different angle, and it's going to be so rewarding for you. Some of you may actually start up a family business, or you may leave it in order to go solo, because I feel with the Page of Swords, I feel like some of you are actually thinking about going solo or stepping up into something that is yours and yours alone. Now, again, these two cards can literally mean as well someone returning from retirement to do something creative or a true calling that will bring in money. Could be writing a book about your experiences or a screenplay. So that's coming up heavily. Now, finally, if someone has transitioned and you're in a period of grief and everything just seems really uncertain and up in the air right now, I'm sending you a huge hug, okay? I just want to clarify, this is only if you've just lost someone before you came to this reading. I don't see you losing anyone in this reading. It's only if you've already lost that person. Remember the horseshoe rather, that is your indication that this person is with you and guiding you and loves you so much and is sending you extra blessings and luck. But you may have to go through some sort of inheritance process, and it may be very, very difficult. This person is guiding you from beyond, okay? Trust in it. They actually did show me a trumpet before we started the reading when I was doing a meditation, but unfortunately I didn't write that one down, so can't really call that because I can't prove it. But I do feel that this person, they thought the world of you and still do, okay? So if you're grieving, allow yourself the time that is necessary to do that, okay? Honor your emotions. The human body is very complex, and it will take the time. Once you suddenly feel like you're over it, suddenly a wave of it will hit you again. I recently also lost someone who was very, very dear and completely shocked us all. And, moments where I'm literally just driving and suddenly it hits me. I'm thinking like, okay, red light, person crossing the road, and suddenly it just hits me. I'm not even thinking about it. That wave of grief is just coming. So just honor yourself in each moment, okay? And I'm sending you so much love out there. But in terms of personal development, I feel this month is an important one spiritually for you. And I feel like there's a lot of blessings, especially towards the end of April into May, okay? We got treasure chest, success, you're reaping the rewards. It's difficult to get there, I'm not gonna lie to you. It looks like it's been a bit of a bumpy ride and it feels very uncertain, but you are going to get there, okay? Treasure chest, your final card there, and it says success, reaping the rewards. And of course, we've got dolphin. Embrace your inner child and have fun. So that did come up in the reading. It's very important there that, okay, they're giving me a song here. This is really interesting. It's a very techno kind of song, not something that I would kind of listen to. Not like hardcore techno, but, okay, I'm not really sure what the song is, but I'll give you the lyrics they're giving me. It's quite quirky. Let go of the script. Oh, sorry. Let go of the script. It was, oh gosh, I've missed it. I've missed it. I have to wait for it to come around again. One moment, please. You may want to fast forward this bit. Oh, here we go. Let go of the script. Scrap the final page. Let's take a little time. Don't worry. Okay, I feel like they've taken moments of a song there. I don't feel like that all flowed. But I mean, I feel like the lyrics are important. It's like, forget the script. Forget your expectations, what you thought could happen. Something better is going to happen. Also, if someone has expectations of you, forget their expectations of you. This is your life. You're leading it. Don't worry. Everything's going to work out the way it's meant to work out. So I'm not really sure what that song is. It's very quirky. I'll have to look it up. It's a masculine energy that sings it. It feels quite dated, actually. So anyway, I'll look it up online and see what it is. But they're just giving me that right now as well. And before I get a trinket, they're giving me PA. PA. Now that could be your initial. PA. P for Papa, A for Alpha. But it could also be... it's really interesting because I wanted... Okay, I'm just going to give you something. I wanted to say P for Papa and A for Apple, but actually my guides changed it to Alpha instead of Apple. Okay, I just want to be aware. It may be relevant, I'm not sure, so I'm giving it to you just in case it's someone's nickname or it's something you were talking about recently. I'm not sure, so I'll leave it like that. But PA could be like you need a PA. Life has been so busy and you just feel that everything's really disorganized or on top of you, or it's overwhelming at the moment. You may feel you need a PA, or maybe you are someone who wants to get a PA job, or you're getting a PA job, PA role, or maybe it just simply means that you're going to get very organized this month. You're setting yourself up to be organized to accomplish something. So please take it as it resonates. Oh, look at that. We got the first step. So whatever it is you're investigating, you will take that first step. You will make your mark. Okay. You will make an imprint. Now it's really interesting because I'm doing this reading today, and I was called to put up a video of some footsteps as a short. Now these shorts that I do, YouTube requires you to do shorts now as well, so I'm happy to do them because I like to give some inspiration rather than give you the same old thing. I want to inspire, and so I was called today to I was going to upload a card, some tarot cards that I did, some shuffles that I did for you all, but I was actually called to change that to the footsteps. So maybe that's relevant. Maybe there's something relevant in that shorts for you. I'm not telling you to just go and watch it, but there may be something of relevance. You may have already seen it by the time you listen to this reading. So footsteps, I would pay close attention to any images of footsteps. They're indicating you're heading in the right direction. And even though it may be a bit slow moving right now and you can't see that things are about to turn a corner for you in the most positive of senses, it really is. So keep going. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. It gets better, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Gemini. And again, I'm sending you a huge hug if you're going through a very difficult time. That's the energy that I'm picking up right now. And if something does resonate here, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini. Love and light.